Here are two cubes, A and B. Cube A has a mass of 81 grams. Cube B has a mass of 128 grams. Work out the density of cube A to the density of cube B, so as a ratio. Give your answer in the form A to B, where A and B are integers. Okay, so this question is asking us for density. So what you need to know is the formula for density. So density is mass divided by volume. So density, denoted by D here, D is mass divided by volume. So that's an M there, apologies, M for mass. So density is mass divided by volume. I will just write that out, actually. Density equals mass divided by volume. So to work out the density, we need to, well, we're given the mass, so that bit's done for us, but we need to work out the volume. So the volume of a cube is its length times its width times its depth, and because it's a cube, all the dimensions are the same. So if this is 3, then the height is 3 and the depth is 3. Same on the other cube. If this is 4, then the height is 4 and the depth is 4. So if you're working out the volume of a cube, or indeed a cuboid, you are multiplying the length times the height times the depth. So again, here it would be 4 times 4 times 4. So you're multiplying the length by the width times depth. That's how you get the volume of either a cube or a cuboid. So I'm going to write that out. So the volume of A, I'm going to write that as vol A, equals 3 times 3 times 3. Show the examiner that you know that it's length times width times depth. And 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And the units of volume are centimetres cubed. The volume of B is 4 times 4 times 4, which is 64. Again, if you're not quite sure about that, do a multiplication. So this is 16, and 16 times by 4, if you did a column method, for example, would give you 64. So that is the volume. But now I need to work out the density. So the density, I'm going to come down here, density of A is the mass, it's mass, which is this. (81) divided by its volume, which is this, and the density of B is its mass, which is this, divided by its volume, which we found up here is 64. So let's work this through. Well, immediately I can spot that 128 divided by 64 is just 2, because there are 2 64s and 128. And hopefully you have spotted that there are 3 27s in 81. So 81 divided by 27 is 3. They're not going to give you a division that is, you know, too challenging, because of course it's a non-calculated paper. So, you know, yes, if you look at this, you think, oh my goodness, you know, what is that? But actually, it's not going to be too horrible a number. So there are actually, you know, 27 multiplied by 3 actually is 81. So that gives you 3. And then the final part of the question is to give the density of A to the density of B as a ratio. So if we write that ultimately as a ratio, The density of A is 3, and then the density of B is 2, so the ratio is 3 to 2. And that is your final answer. Oh, the other thing I was going to say was integers are whole numbers, okay? So, I mean, fortunately, these answers didn't give you like a decimal, but if this was a decimal, I mean, it probably wouldn't have asked you to give it in terms of integers, but just be aware that integers means whole numbers.